Good morning. My name is Patrick Shostakowski, and thank you for this opportunity to present to you the strategic market entry strategy you have requested that our firm prepare for your perusal in relation to Stone & Wood's entry into the South Korean craft beer market. As you would know, Stone & Wood has achieved rapid success and now dominates the craft beer market on Australia's eastern coast. Strategic and necessary expansion has enabled your firm to more than double annual production capacity, and now new overseas markets are calling. Our research looked at the state of the craft beer industry in South Korea specifically, whilst also offering insight into the country's economy on a macro level more generally. We found that there is a great trade relationship between both Australia and South Korea, and that the existing free trade agreement meant that on January this year there will be zero trade tariffs on beer imports. Our findings also suggested that whilst the domestic market for foreign imported beers in South Korea enjoys a relatively small percentage of the market share, there is a growing demand for premium foreign beers as consumers seek greater variety in beer tastes, specifically ales and fruit beers, similar to the Stone & Wood Pacific Ale, are growing in demand, especially amongst the younger population. European and United States have enjoyed first mover advantages in the space for a while now, but the Korea-Australia Free Trade Agreement, tariff barriers are non-existent for our, and trade and investment between nations is record. Positive economic indicators such as steady growth on disposable income means consumers are becoming more inclined to pay a premium price for high-quality Australian produce that warrants this price tag given a strong country of origin effect. Beer is Korea's most consumed alcoholic beverage. In 2014, beer accounted for more than 52.3%, or $2.4 billion US of the country's $4.5 billion alcoholic beverage market. Much in Australia, the beer market is dominated by three large South Korean brewers, which represent over 80% of the market. These being Oriental Brewery, Lotte Liquor, and Hinte Jinro. Much to the benefit of foreign brewers looking to enter the South Korean market, beer imports reached a record high in 2019 of $163 million US, up 27% from 2018. Furthermore, the market share of foreign brands, including foreign beer manufactured and brewed in Korea, reached 22% of the total market share in 2018, a marked increase from only 4% back in 2010. A 2017 industry report undertaken by Flanders Investment and Trade, based in Seoul, Korea, found beer imports increased over 300% between 2009 and 2014, that Korean brewers were beginning to also respond to consumers' shifting preference to premium brands as well as ales and wheat beers. Currently, there are more than 120 companies importing 400 to 500 foreign beers in Korea. Korea's breweries produced almost entirely only lager last year, whereas importers purchase a wide range of beers, including stouts, ales, and malts, as well as flavoured beers. In the host country, competitors such as Band of Brewers and Magpie Brewing Corporation have all attempted a market penetration strategy, which has, for the most part, failed due to the dominance of established larger brewers in Korea. Stone & Wood would adopt a market development strategy to avoid direct competition. Minimal resources can be committed this way, as marketing to younger customers will not be as necessary because they will seek out products based on their merit and its strong country of origin effect. Before committing vast resources to foreign direct investment initially, it is recommended that Stone & Wood adopt a staged approach of internationalisation and follow the Uppsala model. This approach seeks to reduce risk and allows incremental market commitment, and with greater commitment becomes greater market knowledge, allowing for further expansion in the future. All of the below phases which are outlined will take place in Korea's capital, Seoul. This initial phase allows for Stone & Wood to have a minimal market commitment and therefore low financial risk. is the safest way to test the appetite for the product in the host country without investing in brick-and-mortar assets. If the reception of the product is not desirable, export cease almost immediately without major financial repercussions. Stone & Wood would utilise local sales agents and subsidiaries who possess invaluable knowledge of South Korea's supply chains and retail structures. Moving from having no direct exports to some in South Korea allows Stone & Wood to gauge the appetite for their product and slowly increase their market knowledge before committing to further expansion in Phase 2 and 3. Phase 2 of expansion and internationalisation involves establishing a sales subsidiary in the host country. While there is greater market commitment here and more financial risk to have expatriate staff involved, it is a necessary phase for Phase 3 to be possible. This phase allows existing Stone & Wood employees from Australia to relocate to Seoul and learn from local sales agents and familiarise themselves with local distribution and retail cultures. Once this is achieved, there will be no need to outsource sales to local agents anymore. The third and final phase of internationalisation involves the foreign direct investment stage, where they are acquiring a microbrewing facility in Seoul. Seoul's craft beer bars are concentrated in three main areas and have a large international and youthful presence, these being Hongdae and Gangnam, so being situated in one of these locations for maximum output. The establishment of this facility would eliminate the need to continue importing, as all beer sold in South Korea would now be produced at this site, which will also double as a restaurant bar, much like the Australian extensions. Additionally, this eliminates lead times and allows for greater flexibility in distribution of product locally. Furthermore, having an established subsidiary in Korea allows Stone & Wood to take advantage of the extremely low 15% corporate tax rate on foreign subsidiaries compared to the 22% tax rate if they were doing business from Australia. Our final recommendations are that Stone & Wood conduct their own additional market research and create relationships with potential partners in South Korea and possibly visit the host country. We recommend following the staged upper approach and not committing to foreign direct investment initially. We also recommend forming strategic partnerships with firms such as Austrade, Tourism Investment Queensland and the Independent Brewers Association. Thank you very much for your time.